Good afternoon and welcome to Cavaliers TV as we get ready for tip-off between Champlain and Trois-Rivières here from St. Lambert, Quebec, as is the return match of two on this Sunday afternoon as Champlain comes into this game at a blistering 4-1, Trois-Rivières 1-3. So a lot of makeup here for both teams trying to get themselves ready for the final couple of games here. The penultimate game before the Christmas holidays will arrive in a week's time from now as we get ready for tip-off between Champlain and the Diablos. Up next now is the player introductions and tip-off between these two teams. Getting ready for what should be a good game this afternoon. And there you have it, the lineups for Trois-Rivières and Champlain. A few years ago, life wasn't dull with these two teams in the playoffs battling each other for the right to go to the Final Four. However, Slam is now in the front foot and Trois-Rivières is on the back foot. Both teams had differing ambitions and narratives moving forward. Great old enemies reunite on a short layover. Could Trois-Rivières have a devilish time in ruining the start of the holiday season for Champlain, or will Champlain be on top of the pile going to the final wave of games? As we're underway here from St. Lambert, Quebec. Champlain going right to left, Trois-Rivières left to right. Champlain winning rather easily on the Friday affair, and now looking to extend that. And here's Flagent in the paint and opening up her account right away with the first 2 points. 3 times has led the team in blocks. Went over 5 from the field against Trois-Rivières on Friday, and off to a strong start now in an early 2-0 lead for the Cavaliers. Trois-Rivières' first attempt, that is well short off the misfire from Denis, and away comes Flagent as she is looking very hungry. Frost 3 from the center arc. That's off the range right to Diop, and a holding of the ball. And with 9:20 left here, jump ball arrow going towards Trois-Rivières, and this will go back to the Diablos, who have averaged about 58 points per game, have only scored 60 points plus once this year. They're 0-2 on the road, looking to get their first win away from Trois-Rivières. Here's a jumper from the 18. That's a whistle, and that will not count. And a whistle going against Champlain as Conchon was hacked and will go to the line for 2 shots coming up here. Catherine Conchon had 3 offensive rebounds, 6 points on 2 of 9 shooting, has had 4 steals coming into this game, averaging about 5.5 points per game. And her first free throw attempt, and she hits on that one, and a 2-1 lead for the Cavaliers over the Diablos. Champlain and Trois-Rivières and the Diablos shooting from the free throw line about 63% per game. Twice she shot 73% or better, and they made 20 free throws against Lennoxville. That might be their calling card today against the Cavaliers. Here's a central figure player, and Issa, she misses Flagent with a rebound, and pirouettes her way through with the left, and she's got 4 points right off the bat, and a 4-2 lead for the Cavaliers over the Diablos. And now back with his Emi Roy, who's averaged about 10.5 points per game. Back out to the far side. Roy now has it on the far flats, driving through the paint, going up with finger roll. No foul. Rebound. Frost can't get to it. A dive and buys now back up to Diop, as she's got Rio to her right. Diop, bounce pass. Havana Rio driving on the end line. Underneath the basket. Good ball moving by Champlain. Frost at the center arc. Rio driving, going strong, and in for 2. Evan Rayo had 3 steals in the opening against Edouard Montpetit, 9 rebounds on Friday night, and 7 points as well, and a 6-2 lead for the Cavaliers. And going strong to the rim in a foul is Pete Badlow, and she will be at the line now once more. And you talk about first point get off. Champlain is plus 19 in the opening quarter. Trois-Rivières is minus 13. Now they make their first sub. Coming in the game is Micah Alpal, as going off is number 7, Julie Denis. And now here is Pete Badlow at the free throw line. 50% free throw shooter, and that will now drop down a little bit here for her. 5 offensive rebounds, 7 points, 3 of 12 shooting. Went 1 for 7 against Champlain on Friday night. And she misses on that. Rebound to Frost and back out to Flargent, who's now been the point forward of this attack in front, driving towards her right side. And we'll give it back out, looking for an outlet. She's trapped back out to Diop on the right wing. In a 1v1, trying to drive around Pete Badlow, and now she's trapped back to Flargent on the elbow. And Issa, she took her eyes off the ball, caught in 2 minds, and that will be a turnover against Champlain. They're 6th in the conference at about 20 per game, at 25 against Vanier. And with 7:52 left, this goes back to the Diablos. And it'll be Emma Goulet who will inbound the ball. Here is Amy Roy. Goulet now on the right wing, watched by Issa, who's now going to Lafayette in the NCAA next season. Tripped up, far side 3. They can launch, and they miss on that missed 3 this time from Cauchon. We talk about 3-point shooting. They love to launch that ball. They took 55 threes in their opening game this year, went 7-55. Frost, she's short off the rim, gets her own rebound, second bite of the cherry, and she's fouled and will go to the line for 2. Had 11 points on Friday night, and in fact, had a career high of 18 against Edouard Montpetit in the opening game. And now in the game will be Anne Belvance, who will be in for Pete Badlow, and now here's Frost at the line. Champlain this year shooting about 64% from the free throw line. 4 times they shot 64% or better this year. And the first attempt goes through, and a 7-2 lead for the Cavaliers as they're off and running here from St. Lambert, Quebec. The second attempt is no good. Rebound right to the Diablos, and back up ahead is Amy Roy as she'll bring it back up front side. Try to get around Diop as she circles back out to the center arc. Trois-Rivières got 4, now they can 5 behind the 3-point line. They will look to stretch out the Champlain defense and jump ball, and unfortunately for El Pod, this goes back to the Cavaliers as George Mouse make his first sub. Chloe Oliver will come in the game for the first time today. Oliver had 14 points in 24 minutes of play. Champlain as a whole, though, only had 1 assist on Friday night. And they definitely were shooting with blistering ferocity on the weekend. Here is Oliver's first touch. Flargent facing up. Kick out. Rayo through the paint. Now Issa trying to work her way through. Left to right pass. Now that goes off of Flargent's ankle. And right back up comes to Amy Roy, who will bring it back up. George Romano said we are worried about their shooting repertoire that they have, and they can launch if they want. Alpad now looking towards her right. Now back to her left. 3 Rivers has got 3 to now the left side of the formation. Trying to work their way around is Belvance. Through the paint. Too strong. Rebound. Issa. And now she'll bring it back up court. She's got options to her right and Rayo as she'll slow it down. Oliver swings it back out to the near side. Here is Frost along the end line. Blocked off by Alpad. And now we'll go back to Trois-Rivières. They have not been defending the ball well in the shot blocking. Less than a block per game, which is 9th in the conference. And they had 2 blocks against Edouard Montpetit, and that was their high so far. And this one goes back to the Cavaliers with 6:16 left here in this opening period of play. Edouard shot 10-34 for 29% in the first half. Champlain was 45% at 12 of 26 clip, and they were off and running and didn't look back in that matchup. Here's Oliver. Near side, back out to Issa. Post play now is Frost facing up, back out, ball moving again to the top of the arc. Oliver trips up, sliding like a second baseman. And a whistle and a jump ball, no foul. And this will go back to Trois-Rivières, who has shown a little bit more bite in their defensive prowess. They've only given about 65 points per game, 40 to Edouard Montpetit. Champlain, 4th in the conference at about 57 points per game. And only twice has a team scored 60-plus against them this year. And Trois-Rivières will need to score at least 60 by the clip of this range. And that ball is deflected mid-range, mid-air for Amy Roy. And this will go back to the Diablos on the near side out. 5:44 left here as we're approaching the halfway point of this first quarter. Inbounding now is Bourgeois. Looking towards her right, finds and intercepted by Issa. And she'll bring it back up court. Now she will gallop down to the left wing. Issa driving, cut off again, looking towards the options abound. Robust. Here's Frost, a three from the center arc. She misses. Rebound. Issa trying to fight for it. Gets it back to Rio on the right corner pocket. And that's off the mark again. Issa with another bite of the rebound. And Champlain will come up empty. And both teams will make subs, as Champlain will have coming out there is Divine Debula along with Shmeek Cummings. And also out there will be number 6 for the Diablos and Emma Goulet. And coming in is the BC native Danae Skelton, who will make her appearance in this game for the first time today. Had 13 points against St. Foy in the victory and had 2 offensive rebounds against Trois-Rivières on the weekend. And Trois-Rivières down by 5. A slow start, a slow burner right now for both teams. They're trying to find the rhythm in an early afternoon matchup, and this goes out of bounds back to the Diablos with 5:18 left here, 18 left on the shot clock, and this will be Belvance with the inbound on the near side end line. Looking towards her right, now her left, finds to the teeth, and that's stripped mid-air, and that is going to go off of who, and that will remain Diablo ball. Goulet had the seam and just had it blocked off, and this will be back over to Trois-Rivières. As Butt back out. Center arc comes back. First touch now coming through is Vua, and this will go back out to the near side. Here's Wah through the paint. 4 left on the shot clock, and this will be out of bounds. And a turnover by the Diablos. They're second in the conference at 16.5 per game, so they're very good protecting the ball. They had 26 against Dawson, but they do very well protecting the ball. And here is Champlain back with it. Chloe Oliver as the Diablos go to a 2-3 zone, trying to stymie the speed of the Cavaliers. Coming through, Skelton. And that ball is deflected, intended for Cummings. And this will go off to Cummings' left hand. And Champlain has yet to score a basket in the last minute and a half, 2 minutes. And for Trois-Rivières, they have not scored in the last 4 minutes of play. And back with it is coming through is number 12 in Pibalo. And back out to the far side it comes, crossing over to the end line. And that shot is deflected and nowhere near rim. Rebounded by Skelton. She'll bring it back up court. Looking towards. She's got robust options to her right. She finds Oliver. Far side 3. That's off the range. Shot started off composed, but ended off with no direction. And this will be a jump ball. Arrow pointing towards Trois-Rivières, as now the Diablos will make a triple sub. No subs lined up here for Champlain. And going off and coming in there, Cochon back in along with Dumont, as we're seeing Trois-Rivières trying to maximize their bench and keep their players healthy. Champlain ball, 4:28 left here in this first quarter. That goes through Oliver's hands, saved by Skelton. She now looks to her right, trying to cross over. Watch closely, pick now from the center arc. That does not connect. Rebound right to Issa. Another rebound for the Cavaliers. They've done very well with the offensive rebounds. He had 14 offensive rebounds, and that ball is deflected and out of play. And this will be Trois-Rivières ball. On Friday, they had 11 offensive rebounds, 31 defensive rebounds for 42 in total, and they won that monopoly. However, on the flip side, when you think about offensive rebounds, 11 being very strong, Trois-Rivières had 19 against Champlain on Friday night. So they had the monopoly of the offensive opportunities. And now stolen by Skelton. Another steal for the Cavaliers. The average about 14.5 per game, which is first in the conference. Oliver back out to Cummings. Little interplay between those two. Oliver driving off balance and fouled. And she will go to the line for 2 with 3:49 left here in this opening quarter. Second team foul on Trois-Rivières. And this will be against. So Dumont called for the foul in the game is the Anafa for the Cavaliers, who's shooting 43% from the field this year in only 7.5 minutes per game, had 6 and 5 against Trois-Rivières on Friday night in the game for the first time. Oliver's free throw is good. Chloe Oliver this year shooting from the line 94%. And that will up the value for the team free throw shooting for the Cavaliers. Second attempt is good. And now a 9-2 lead with 3:49 left here. Champlain now putting a little bit of a press, trying to cut off the valve of the Diablos shooting in front. And here's a 3 that's off the range, off the misfire from Cochon. And now back with it is Oliver. She'll bring it back up court on the plus side. Oliver negotiates. Oliver offering a pass and not able to finish. And now finish on the second attempt was Dibula, and she gets her First 2 points, had 16 against Dawson, 10 rebounds against St. Foy, and had 2 rebounds in 9 minutes of play against Trois-Rivières, and now 11-2 lead, the biggest of the day for the Cavaliers in this first quarter. Coming through is Goulet from the center arc. Post play, trying to work their way through is Denis. Walled off by Cummings, deflected shot for 3. That's off the back heel, rebounded right to Oliver, 3 to go in this first quarter. Pushing back up. Here's Skelton, head fake, driving on the end line. Walled off again by the Trois-Rivières defending as they're repelling a shot, difficult play, and in for 3. Champlain shooting 25% from 3 as a whole, with 33% against Vanier. The third in the conference, but a big 3 and a 14-2 lead for the Cavaliers. Post play again. Here is Denis. Walled off again, blocked off by 2 gray uniforms, and call for a walk. And this will go back to the Cavaliers with 2:34 left. And coming back to the game is Emi Roy along with Avua, and also back in the game is Pibalo. And now Champlain will keep with their same 5 as they're working their way up ahead. Oliver over the logo. Trois-Rivières keeping still with the 2-3 zone. A 3. Skelton's feeling it. She misses 1 for 2 so far from distance from the right side of the flats, and that goes off of Dibula and right back to the Diablos. And now coming back in the game was Bourgeois for the Diablos, coming in for Belvance. So Champlain keeping that with their young lineup out there. In fact, all 5 are first-year rookies with the Cavaliers, and there's a clock issue here with 2:18 left as they'll redo that again. So it's been a peach of a start for the Cavaliers, off to a 14-2 lead. And you wonder now, with this trip being not enjoyed by the Diablos, if they're able to make a run of it here in this first quarter. Back with his Roy at the center arc. 4 behind the line for the Diablos. Try to work their way through a jumper. Looking good, and a nice shot coming in for Vua. Averaging about 5 a game here. Missed 12 triples this year. She's only shooting 17% from the field this year. Skelton can't finish. Rebound right to the Diablos. Could this be their seam now, trying to put together a string of points? That's intercepted by Dibula, and back out to Oliver it comes. So a very young team for the Cavaliers, playing an even younger team with the Diablos on the courts. Cummings, left to right pass. Here's a 3. Nylon going through is Lanifa's 3, and that's a big 3 for the Cavaliers, who shot 3 of 10 in the first half from the three-point range against the Diablos. Now 17-4 lead. Stolen, and Linafa now has a breakaway. Flight 11 takes off, and easy for the 2, and she's on 5, and now making 7 points. And Champlain is running right on the Cavaliers, on the Diablos here, and a 17-4 lead. Stay tuned here late in the first quarter. Champlain is off and running. Welcome back here to Cavs TV MoCon, here on a Sunday afternoon at St. Lambert, Quebec, in lovely South Shore off the shores of the St. Lawrence. A 19-4 lead for the Cavaliers over the Diablos, as the Cavaliers have been ripping apart the Diablos in the last 4 or 5 minutes of play. A 19-4 lead, and they have not looked back so far when you talk about the field goal shooting so far in this first quarter and change. Denis led along with about 9 points and 8 points respectively. And here is Dumont driving now, posting up against Dibula. Back out to Roy on the right side. Again, Diablos have 4 behind the city limits stripe. Roy, a 3. They launch, and that's off the range. Rebound, and that radar finding the way for Vua, and now she will go to the line for 2 coming up here on this sequence for the Diablos. So Vuo now at the line. And she misses on that attempt here. This year, again, talking about free throw shooting, they only had 4 attempts in the first half against the Cavaliers on Friday night. But right now, a 1 for 2 effort right there and a 19-5 lead. So a position of trail right now is the Diablos have been second best so far in this first quarter. Inside a minute left in this first period of play. Back out, looking for a 3 and a launch. That's off the range. Missed shot from Urabisa, and now she gets a part 2 of it on a rebound by Cummings. Oliver, post play against Dubula from the free throw line. Here's a 3 again. That's nothing but net of the mesh, and that's not the good variety, and this goes out of play, and this will be Champlain back in defense and Trois-Rivières with the possession once more. 37.6 left in this first quarter. 19-5 lead for the Cavaliers over the Diablos. Wow, looking for the pick, gets it from Dumont. Dumont now in space, and an illegal block, and the basket will not count, and that was a situation for Ariane Dumont, who was caught in 2 positions. As she shoots 25% from the field, played 13 minutes, had 4 points and 2 rebounds against Champlain on Friday night. And now a 13 foul on the Diablos. Second personal on Dumont. Dibula from the free throw line, going strong, off the glass, too strong. Rebound, part 2. Cummings can't finish. Third bite of the cherry, right to Oliver, diving out there, slipping and sliding. This will go back to the Diablos with 11.4. And coming back to the game is Pete Badlow once more. So Champlain keeping with their first-year players out there. And for Trois-Rivières, they are trying to keep their head above water. Lacking the purchase in this first quarter has been the Diablos, but can they find one more hit with 4.5 seconds left? A 3. Nylon, nothing but cash money on that 3. And a big play for Belvals, who has averaged about 11 minutes per game and has made 3 field goals, but that's a big 3-pointer for her as she was 1 for 7 shooting on Friday night. We're 3-1, a 19-8 lead here for the Cavaliers. Diablo showing a little bit of signs of life in this first period action. Can he carry it over towards the second half? We'll find out here in this second quarter coming up here on Cavs TV. Welcome back here to Cavs TV. Champlain shot 7 of 22. The Diablos 2 of 10. In fact, Champlain shot 2 of 10 from 3. So if you take away those 8 misses, Champlain would have shot 50% from the field. 16 rebounds, 8 offensive for the Cavaliers, 9 for the Diablos. Leading scorer is Issa with 4. And we talked about the Diablos. They had 2 with a couple points each. And 3 assists for the Cavaliers, which is a big plus for them. They, in fact, were only 1 assist on Friday night. Champlain, even in the plus-minus in the second quarter, the Diablos -4 in this second period so far this year. Dumont with a hook shot. That's nowhere near range, and that goes out of bounds back to the Cavaliers as they bring on most of their starters as Fleurgin comes back in with Frost and Rayo. And keeping up with the look of a man-to-man look once again. They went from a 2-3 zone to a man-to-man look again. Here's Fleurgin. Kick out. A 3 on the near side. Nylon. Nothing but money on that. So Rabessa with the 3 and a big shot for the Cavaliers. They are now 3 of 11 from distance today and a 22-8 lead. Off the foot, stolen by Rayo. All by herself. She's got the cavalry right behind her. Rayo looking for an outlet, finds a trailer, and Rabessa misses. Frost in the cleanup and in for the 2. And now 24-8 lead for the Cavaliers in this sequence of action. And back over the top is Hamel, who's now in the game for the first time in this second quarter of action. Here's a jumper from 17. The jumper is off the window. A nice Windex this time coming in from Belvance as she gets that to go through. Again, 1 for 7 shooting on Friday night. And now back out to the end line. That's off the side clank, and that's saved right to Flargent in the right corner, looking for an outlet, and finds Frost. As both teams will make a double and triple sub coming up in the next dead ball. Rayo's got 5. Stolen ball. Here's Vua now back up ahead. Over the logo. Towards our right. Try to deflect that ball back out. And that will go out of play right to the Cavaliers and a 24-10 lead. So both teams making subs. Diop along with Issa in the game. And back in the game for the Diablos is Goulet with number 11 in Cochon. And along with Elpa as well. 24-10 lead, a 2-touchdown lead for the Cavaliers. 8:23 left here in this first half. Issa, post play, Flargent, Frost. Yes, she hits. Not a single bounce on that pass. And the geometry of that passing was near perfect for the Cavaliers. And a 24-12 lead. They're up by a double score of 12. As Bud now, post play to the right elbow. Facing up, jumper is off the mark. Rebound to Flargent, and she loses it. And with 7:58 left, this will be a foul going against the Diablos. The Diablos this year are only shooting 16% from the three-point range. So they've yet to really find the three-point distance call here so far in this matchup. Champlain on a 3-game winning streak since losing to Dawson on November 12th. Back out to Rayo. Looking towards her right, now her left, driving towards the left. Looking for an outlet, she finds it to Diop on a sidecar pass. Backdoor, downtown 3, nylon. Nothing but cash money in that shot. And now Champlain shooting 4 for 12 from 3, and they're off and running for the 29-10 lead. They're definitely fizzing right now from distance so far today. Alpa now looking for someone. She finds in the far side flat. She's another 3 response off the back heel, rebounded by Flargent, and she'll bring it back up. She's looking with confidence, oozing with intent, down and deflected in the nick of time by Belvance as open along the end line was Issa, and she would have had points 30 and 31 for the Cavaliers. And 7:15 left here as shoelace undone for Belvance, and this will be Champlain ball. 7:15 left. Here's Rayo, near side 45, online, rims out, right to Issa, and she has an easy deuce, and a 31-10 lead for the Cavaliers with 7:05 left, and it's the same script as Friday that's carried over to Sunday. Champlain is running right on the Diablos, and that is no good. Rebound right to Diop, and back up to Rayo on the right wing. She's got 2 to her left. Rayo finds a cross-court pass. Issa driving, penetrates through the teeth of the jungle, and in for the 2 is Diop, who's off and flying over here. Had 7 points in 21 minutes to play against the Diablos on Friday nights. Roy, and again, fouled, as she too was caught in near 2 minds of the pass to shoot option, and she will go to the line for 2. 33-10 lead for the Cavaliers. Double sub for the Diablos. Back in the game is Bourgeois along with Vu. And now at the line is Amy Roy. And that does not go cleanly for her. She's a 90% free throw shooter. Leading scorer on the team, 12 defensive rebounds. Had 8 points and 3 rebounds in the 26 minutes of play against Champlain on Friday night, and a 33-11 lead here for the Cavaliers. So Champlain's got their normal 5 and the stolen ball. And here come the Diablos trying to chase the game. Roy tripped up, and back with it is Rayo as they now have a 3-on-2, making it a 2-on-2. Transition move here for Issa, looking for the outlet. Finds Frost, and she loses the handle momentarily, and now she's pressured, buzzed along the way. Now a dive for the ball along the court, and a jump ball arrow to Champlain with 6:04 left as Chloe Oliver coming for Rayo. And with 6:04 left, this will be Champlain ball. Issa now the inbounder on the near side. There's a queue of about 11 inside the 10 inside the paint, and now back with it is Diop on the center arc. Issa, one-on-one. Champlain's got 4, making 5 behind the free throw line. Fergin going right to left in a shot clock violation as they were caught, not realizing that the clock was winding down. And this will go back to the Diablos with 5:54 left here in this first half. Champlain looking to go 5-1, and will wrap up their fall semester schedule against Momo here on Friday night. Looking for an outlet. Back out. Roy at the center arc. Diop on here with focus. Nice first move. Going up strong. Frost with the hack. And going to the line is Elpat, who has made 4 field goals this year and shot 50% from the field against Champlain on Friday. And now at the line, here she is. Elpat's first attempt is good. As now coming back in the game will be Shamika Cummings. And with 5:39 left, a score 33-12. Could the Diablos pull off the ultimate smash and grab? Rebound blocked, and devouring that shot was Fergin, but that will be a foul as she repelled that ball into her arms. And this will be free throws coming up here for the Diablos as Cummins will come in. And Frost will go out as Champlain is showing no mercy inside the paint when it comes to defending the ball. And the first free throw going through. And they've scored the last 2 points here, the Diablos. An encompassing game so far for the Cavaliers as they have been enthralling. Swashbuckling basketball is fine. It's up by 20 and remains up by 20. Fergin with the rebound, and she is impeded. And this will be a foul going against the Diablos. That'll be the second team foul. And with that, coming back to the game is Skelton, as she will be in for Diop, as she was a little bit slow to realize that she was being subbed off here. And this will be Champlain ball with 5:34 left in this first half. Chloe Oliver now at the driver's position of this Ferrari, humming along nicely for the Cavaliers. Skelton already has a 3 to her name. Back out. Here's Issa. Champlain trying to extend this lead. Issa through the paint. That is whipped out to the right corner. Skelton thought about the 3, and she would call for a walk as, again, caught in 2 minds. The blushes of Skelton on display as she thought she had the dribble but did not. And with 5:13 left, it goes back to the Diablos. And Champlain already so far today have had 5 turnovers in that first quarter going into the second period of action. Post play now for the Diablos. Back out to Waugh in the orbit. Oliver on her. Thinks about the 3. Thought about the 3. Will pass it off instead. A butt shot deflected and impeded. And now a fight for the ball. And the bite out there in the vice clamps being put in by the Cavaliers. And this will be Champlain or Diablo ball with 1 second left on the shot clock. And back in the game is Julia Denis. And now all it is a matter of the forensic touch required on the catch and shoot with 4:51 left in this first half. Waugh the inbounder. Can they find that DNA touch? Here's the catch. Here's a shot. And that rims out. Rebound right to Skelton. And now a tug of war for the ball. And this will be Champlain ball with 4:46 left in this first half. So far has been the arts and crafts of this game has been benefiting the Cavaliers. They have been crafting with some artistic passing and shot making by this Cavalier team. Fergin, backdoor move, out of bounds. Cummings, as she was loitering along the Champlain word mark on the end part of the court. And now Frost will come back in the game along with Pete Badlow, and both teams trying to utilize and exercise their bench in this first half. Wow, bring it back up. Looking for the killer pass as the quarterback of this situation. Pip Badlow now driving towards the right, has space. Trying to figure out options and nowhere to go, but Skelton right there for the Cavaliers, stolen by Fergin. And now a 3-on-3 for the Cavaliers. Fergin will take it back up off of her ankle as that goes off of her ankle. So timeout called by the Cavaliers. 4:15 left here. The Cavaliers up 33-13. Stay tuned here on Cavaliers TV. Welcome back here to Cavs TV. And so far for the trio of Roy, Denis, and Alpad, they have not been able to find their dominant troika of a start here as they've been held in check. For Champlain, they got off to a flying start out of the blocks. In fact, on Friday, they were up 26-16. And after one, they're up 19-8. And they're up by 20 as we speak. So now the question is for this Cavalier team, could they end off this first half on a strong run to put this team done and dusted in this first half? Stolen ball again. Here's Issa down the right side, trying to fight for it, recovered in time and back out to the Diablos. And this will be a clock adjustment, and this will remain Diablo ball. And a new 24 officially with 3:59 left here. South of 4 to go in this first half. Roy back in the plus side. Post play, looking towards the left, figuring it out, and a walk this time by Denis, who's the fourth leading scorer on this Diablo team, has made 3 threes this season. And 8 points, 1 for 5 shooting against the Cavaliers on Friday night, and it goes back to the Cavs once more. And another whistle. It's been stop and go. It's been a slow start. And a foul going against the Diablos. And with that, it'll be the first personal on Vua, and this will be Champlain ball. And 18 left on the shot clock. Back out, here is Skelton. Issa on the right side. Oliver driving through the paint, open space. Too short, too strong this time from Dubula. And this goes back to the Diablos with 3:30 left in this first half. Going up, Roy looking for a cutter, finds the trailer, is too strong. Missed shot this time from Denis, and back in for the second bite of the apple. So Roy now on that shot. And Champlain trying to work its way through. Skelton's three from the far side. Nylon, nothing but three for her. And a big shot for the Cavaliers. Champlain went to the free throw line 19 times in the first half of the game against the Diablos, but right now no requirement of that. That's a three that's missed by Roy. Rebound by Issa. South of 3 to go in this first half. Issa. Skelton's feeling it. Champlain now in post play. Hand is fizzing back out to Oliver. The three. Nylon. Champlain's fizzing from distance. The city limits on fire. 39-15 lead here with 2:41 left in this first half. And the Cavaliers are now eons ahead of the Diablos. Back out to the near side. Here's Bellavance on the right end. Strong to the rim and in. 39-17 lead with 2:24 left in this first half. And Champlain back on the attacking front once more. The endeavor has been there. Frost in the right corner. Post play, Dibula. And a jump ball arrow pointing towards a timeout now for the Diablos. 2:12 left. Champlain 39, Trois-Rivières 17. Stay tuned here on Cavs TV. Welcome back here to Cavs TV. Champlain off and running on a 39-17 lead here from St. Lambert, Quebec. And right now for the Diablos, they're just trying to figure out a Route 1 option. It has been one-way traffic so far in this game. And it's been a cul-de-sac for the Diablos, down by a score of 39-17 here from St. Lambert, Quebec. Roy on the left side. Back out, corner pocket three. Nylon, big three for the Diablos coming in from Cochon. They have averaged about 6 per game, made 7 against Lennoxville, 4 against Dawson, and that's a big three for them, down by 19, 39-20. Showing a bit more verve are the Diablos. Here's Skelton's three. That rims out. And now rebounding by the Diablos with 1:44 left here in this first half. Bringing it back up is Hua. Showing a bit of ingenuity coming up, and a foul as they're attacking the rim once more as Vua will go to the line once again. And with 1:36 left here in this first half, Champlain holding on to a 19-point lead, and it will be free throws coming up here for the Diablos. And the attempt is good. Going through for Vua, who was 0 for 3 on Friday against the Cavaliers, had 2 offensive rebounds. But definitely a much better effort for her today on this Sunday afternoon. 2 for 2 on that, and a 39-22 lead. 1:35 left here in this first half. Champlain pushing the pace. Skelton will slow down on the near side flats. Post play Sargent going left to right. Backdoor pass, and that had too much depth on that pass as Linafa could not get that cleanly against Champlain. Very clean with the turnovers so far in terms of their output of average per game, which is 19. And coming in this quarter, they only had 5. Wow. Back out. Here's another 3. That is nowhere near target and out of bounds off the misfire from Pete Badlow. And this goes back to the Cavaliers. And with 1:17 left in this period, a whistle has been called. And now a sub coming in as in the game will be Rabisa. And off will be Skelton. So Champlain exercising their depth with their artillery at full disposal. The only player missing today. And back out it comes. Here is Flaugent. And a crash of bodies and a foul going against the Diablos. And slow to get up is number 4, Hamel, who is feeling the pain in her knee. And you wonder, and this could be a tough scenario for her as Hamel, still in pain, seen a few minutes of game here. And right now, she's in severe pain, and you wonder what the severity of that injury is for her with 1:09 left. And for Hamel this year, has averaged about 1.5 rebounds per game. Has yet to make it 3, and you wonder now if her race has been run with 1:09 left here in this ball game of the first half. The concern now is for Hamel and her left knee, from the looks of it, and unfortunately, it appears that her day is going to end prematurely here in this first half, as she's unable to put any weight on that, and not the desired conclusion that the Diablos want for her, and now she'll be up off the court here with 1:09 left. And to add insult to injury, it'll be Flaugent at the free throw line, and that was a clattering of bodies. And it could have been disastrous, even more disastrous for the Cavaliers had Flaugent felt any pain. And now at the free throw line is Flaugent. And she gets in that free throw attempt. 1:09 left here in a 40-22 lead for the Cavaliers over the Diablos. Second attempt coming up. And that's off the back heel and in. So the shooter's touch going through for the Cavaliers. And that will be off of Cavalier, and that was off of Linafa. And this will remain Diablo ball as Champlain now applying a vice clamp of the pressure of a full court press. So now they go with the press fest in this final 1:08 left. And that ball is deflected momentarily and right back to the Diablos it comes. Can they get it over midcourt? And they will barely get over midcourt, as that might have been misidentified by the referees. And this is kept alive. 5 left on the shot clock. Dumont going strong and in off the glass. Shooting 25% from the field this year. is Dumont, and a big basket for her, 41-24 lead. Back out, driving left. Here is Linafa. A gorgeous finish for her. As Linafa already on 7 points so far and a 43-24 lead for the Cavaliers. A catch and shoot three. That is missed. Rebound. Vua blocked and fouled. And now it will be called, I beg your pardon, a travel instead. And with 22.9 left, this will go back to the Cavaliers. And Caitlin Frost will hand it off now to Chloe Oliver. Final shot now for the Cavaliers. Last roll of the dice in this first half. Could they find one more attacking sequence of positive points? Oliver going Kobe. Can't finish out of bounds. And this will go back to the Diablos instead with 8.1 left. So now the script has been reversed, and it will be the Diablos who will control the narrative for the final 5 seconds of this first quarter. Coming through to the left side. At the buzzer. And a whistle and a travel. And so that will not be the conclusion of this first half, and it will go back to the Cavaliers with .7. So now what it will require is Patrick Mahomes-like fire, and Oliver will opt to keep her arm in check. And at the end of the first half, it is Champlain 43, Trois-Rivières 24. We're through 20 with 20 to go. Can the Cavaliers maintain this lead and improve the record to 5-1? Or will the Diablos win this game and improve the record here as they're 1-3? Stay tuned from St. Lambert, Quebec. Welcome back here to Cavaliers TV as we get ready for second half action from St. Lambert, Quebec. Champlain up 43-24 at half, shooting 16-37 from the field, 9-15 in the second quarter. The Diablos 7-24, 5-14 in the second quarter. Champlain 27 rebounds. They had a plus 11 from where they were in the first to second quarter. Diablos plus 6 of 15 in total. Champlain, meanwhile, however, has 6 players of 5+ points in the game. Meanwhile, for the Diablos, Vua leading the way with 8 points overall. So as we get ready for third quarter action here from St. Lambert, Quebec, Champlain will need to continue pressing up ahead here. They shot 40% from the field in the second half against the Diablos. Overall, 35% in that matchup. And here's Frost's shot. That is no good. Rebound by Vua. Champlain plus 24 in the third quarter. The Diablos minus 20 in the third period of action, which in fact is their worst of the 4 for the Diablos. And you wonder if perhaps the attack coming in thick and fast for the Cavaliers could exploit that in this matchup, and that will be going out of bounds as Cochon tried to extend her arms out but could not get that cleanly. And Champlain has grown into this game here with every possession they've had, up by a score of 43-24. Second trip now for the Cavaliers. Here's Rayo driving on the right, too strong. Florgin with a rebound, and back out to Diop, a new 14 for the Cavaliers. Down to the near side, Champlain, extra pass, corner pocket 3. That's off the range, rebounded by the Diablos. Now partial breakaway, 2-0. If they can work it, and that is no good off the misfire from Bourgeois. And back with it are the Cavaliers, as it's been a minute of incompletions of shot taking by both teams. Frost facing up against Roy. Size mismatch, and here's a jumper. Frost hits. Caitlin Frost really finding her rhythm so far in this matchup here. And we talk about the rebounding again. Champlain at 27. They have averaged about 45 per game, and twice they've had 50+. They're on target to have 50+ again so far in this matchup. Stolen Frost breakaway, and Flight 21 takes off for the finger roll. Timeout called by Trois-Rivières, and now a 47-24 lead with 8:29 left here in this third quarter. Champlain rampaging through the Diablos, and now the Diablos take a break, trying to get things reorganized moving forward. Stay tuned here on Cavaliers TV. Welcome back. Welcome back here to Cavaliers TV. Mo Khan on the call as we get ready for the third quarter as we're underway here in a 47-24 lead for the Cavaliers, and they have been mesmerizing so far. A maverick-like effort by this Cavalier team as they've been running up and down the court with success. Here's a 3 from the center arc. Nylon going through, and a big triple coming in for Cochon as she hits in that big 3, and now 47-27 lead. 20-point lead for the Cavaliers, but the Diablos have been showing more ingenuity, more life to their attack. Down to Frost, jumper from the left side, rather easy. Fundamentals at its finest, and a 49-27 lead for the Cavaliers. And back with her, the Diablos over the logo, front side. And back is Cochon on the near side. She is bouncing big part now with it. Post play, blocked by Florgin off the shot from Denis, and out of bounds it goes, remains Diablo ball. And they had 20 blocks in the first 3 games. The Cavaliers are first in the conference at 5 per game. And in fact, that is their second block of the day. Vua's 3. Showing great confidence, but lacking the finish on that shot. And a 49-27 lead here for the Cavaliers. 7:31 left in this third quarter. And back over it is Rayo. Issa. Rayo's got it now on the near side. Back out to Diop, going right to left from the pass. Rayo. Bounce pass to Flergin, facing up now, looking for the backdoor cut. And up and over is Rayo, and that goes through for her. Had 3 steals in the opener against Edouard Montpetit, and now opens up the second half and a 51-27 lead for the Cavaliers. 7 left in this third quarter. Trying to work their way through post play. Up and rims out off the misfire from Denis, and back with it is the Cavaliers. And here is Issa now backing up ahead. She loses it, took her eyes off the ball, and made a disjointed effort on that dribble. And this will go back to the Diablos. Cavaliers will get the foul. And it will be a triple sub coming up here. Dumont along with Goulet and Bourgeois back in the game. Champlain trying to add a little bit more insurance policy to this lead of 51-27, 6:44 left here. And now a partial breakaway. Back out, Dumont jumper from the left side. That is side rim, rebounded by Frost. And she'll play it back out, almost stolen. And that will be off of Vuan. Back to the Cavaliers with 6:35 left here in this quarter. And this will be Diablo ball instead. So the Diablos will race back up court as the referees conversed on that. The Diablos only average about 35 rebounds per game. And they had a season high 50, but right now they have not been in that strength of position as the monopoly has been favoring the Cavaliers. And a foul now going against Issa, or now Diop. So Diop called for the foul. And that'll be the second team foul on the Cavaliers with 6:35 left here in this quarter. Here's a quick play. Nice jab move and a better finish this time going through for Goulet. Shooting 45% from the field this year and getting a big basket for a 51-29 lead. Driving along the baseline and a crash and a hard tumble on the court is Diop as she will go to the free throw line. Averaging about 50 minutes a game, shooting 22% from the field, had 7 points against Three Rivers in 21 minutes of action, and now at the line once more. So Diop now at the line, shooting about 64% from the free throw line. Champlain in the second half against the Diablos went 6 of 10 from the free throw line, shot 65% overall. And now here's Diop at the line to make it a 53-29 lead. She's short rebounded this time by Goulet, and back with it are the Diablos down the right wing. Bourgeois. Back over to Goulet. Goulet now facing up is Dumont. Trapped and walled off by 2 gray uniforms. Backdoor pass again along the end line. Down to the corner pocket. Jumper is off range. Rebound right to Issa as she'll bring it back up south of 6 minutes left in this quarter. Issa galloping, gliding out there with ease. Full throttle ahead. A 3 for Rio. That is too much depth, too much meat on that shot. And back with it are the Diablos as they look to chisel away at this deficit. Open Vua. Too strong by her as she had a free reign. And now new 14 for the Diablos. A 3 from the center arc. Nylon going through. Another 3-pointer for the Diablos as they're finding their stroke here in this third quarter. Easy in the eye has been the 3-point shooting now down to 52-32 lead. Backdoor move. Here's Frost. Looking cross court near side. Extra pass. Corner pocket 3. Too much strength on that shot from Issa. And now Champlain will make a hockey change of 5 and a double change here for the Diablos with 5:15 left in this quarter. So the Diablos now back on the attack, back on the march. It will be Champlain ball. Cummings now will move out. It will be Skelton, the inbounder, on the near side. Finds Oliver in the game for the first time in the second half. Swung around. Skelton thought about the 3. Nice first step. Skelton, as she is hacked and knocked over on the ground, and will be at the free throw line for 2 shots coming up here. Skelton played 13 minutes of play, had 4 points and 2 offensive rebounds. And now Danae Skelton at the line, the BC native. Expanding her basketball palette from BC to Quebec. And makes it a 52-32 lead for the Cavaliers. And here she is looking to go 2 for 2 as she looks to mastermind this, and she does indeed with ease. Skelton this year shooting 66% from the line, averaging about 8 a game this season for the Cavaliers. And now Dumas on the left wing. Almost a walk by her, and he gets it back. Fake, stolen, and deflected. Diving on the court is Chloe Oliver, and that goes out of bounds back to the Diablos. As that was last touched by Oliver with Goulet in the 50-50 battle with her. And with 4:53 left, this will be Champlain back on defense and the Diablos back on the offense. And 9 left on the shot clock. Goulet the inbounder. Here's Roy. Driving towards her left. Roy from the center arc. That is nowhere near target. Rebounded by Oliver. A 3-on-2 for the Cavaliers. Pushing back in transition. Dubula in for the 2. And Dubula now gets that to go through in a 56-32 lead for the Cavaliers. So back up to 24. Wow. 1v1 against Oliver. Post play, Dumas on the right side against Dubula. Going right. Too strong on that. She made a nice pirouette turn. And back with it is Oliver as she will slow it down. Oliver going through the lane. Oliver slashing. Put back, no good. Rebound right to Dumas. And now a whistle as Cummings will be called for the penalty. And the 13th foul on the Cavaliers. And this will be against the Cavaliers non-shoot. Comes his first personal of the day. And for the Cavaliers, they are looking to go 5-1, which could put them in first place by the end of the business day today. The penultimate game before the last one on Friday. Nice first move and a foul as Belvance fouled. Averaging about 11 minutes per game this year is Belvance. Under 3 a game here for Belvance, now at the line once more. So Belvance at the line, looking to reduce this deficit now down to a score of 56-33. As Belvance will take one last deep breath, looking to add to the total here. And the second attempt is good, and a 56-34 lead for the Cavaliers. Now a full court press by the Diablos, and here is Skelton. Down the right side she comes. Skelton driving through, losing her dribble momentarily, looking for an outlet, finds Cummings on the right end line. Driving strong and blocked by Dumas. Rebound right to the Diablos, showing a little bit more life. And now Cummings will be called for her second foul in the last 2 minutes of play here. And this is, again, far away from the net. And it'll be the 4th team foul on the Cavaliers. 3:40 left in this quarter. And in fact, that'll be the 5th team foul on the Cavaliers. So now the Diablos on the bonus. And with 3:40 left, Roy looking to add to that total that she has so far in this game. Roy so far now on 3 points. Pressure again. They're going full court press. Cummings needs to find an outlet, and she is dead end. And the cul-de-sac of an outlet. The Route 1 option was not open for the Cavaliers. And now coming back to the game is Yvan Rayot. That should be in for Skelton. So a 56-36 lead, 3:40 left here in this third quarter. Roy trying to find someone. She does. Dumas open, muscles her way through, can't finish it. Rebound. Second bite of the cherry is out of bounds off of the Cavaliers as Paradis could not get that ball over. As Paradis in the game has seen very minimal time, shooting 50% from the field, had 1 point in 1 for 2 shooting against the Cavaliers on Friday. Nice strong first move, and that is in for 2 for Belvance. And now a 56-38 lead for the Cavaliers. Rayot, near side 3. Nylon! A backbreaker shot coming in from Rabessa. And now a 59-38 lead for the Cavaliers. Rabessa has seen very minimal playing time, shooting 25% from the field. Went 0 for 1 against the Diablos on Friday. A big 3 and a whistle. And this will be a foul going against the Cavaliers with 3:04 left in this period. And this will be on Rabessa, the foul, and free throws here for Amy Roy. Champlain looking to go 3-0 at home. They're 2-1 on the road this year. And with that, a 59-38 lead. And she hits on that one in a 59-39 lead. So now the Cavaliers a little bit wobbling the knees as they've taken a decent shot from the Diablos. Dibula call for a travel. Again, caught in two minds. Another turnover going against the Cavaliers. And we talk about turnovers now. They are well over their average, or approaching the average, a big part of 19.5. They're at 15 right now. Also bringing a little bit more length with their size out there with the telescopic arms of Frost along with Issa and Lanifa. Wah dancing her way through. High-low with Dumal. Barging her way through and fouled. And will go to the line for two. And a 59-40 lead could be reduced down to 17 if Dumal hits on both free throws. And for the year, she's shooting 100% from the line coming into this game. And Dumal right now will get her first free throw attempts of the game. And here she is. And she hits the first one. And a 59-41 lead for the Cavaliers. So what was 26-point lead now down to a 59-42 lead of 17 points. So the Cavaliers have given up in this quarter 18 points, and they've only scored 16. So -2 in this quarter. Here's Real on the left side. Nice pass. Easy layup is short on the front end of the rim as the Nafa could not get that cleanly. And now Georgia Mouse a little bit perplexed by the team and how they've not been able to finish off their opportunities in this third quarter. Wah filling the verve. Here's the catch and shoot three. Nylon! A big three now for Bellefonce. And now a 14-point game here from St. Lambert as the Diablos are finding their rhythm here as they have scored 21 points in this period. Issa facing up, posting up is Flargin. Down to the left, right side it goes. Here is Rio. 5 left in the shot clock. Frost, jumper, tough shot. Off the mark, rebound Dumont. And Roy back with it. Can they get this to single digits before the break? And they could with the three-point shooting that they've had. Dumont from the center arc. Trois-Rivières calling no good. Rebound right to Bellefonce, a new 14. And back out to Roy it comes. Roy sees the clock. Now surveys. Driving to her left. Roy kick out. Vua, 3 left in the shot clock. Jumper is off the mark. Rebound to Flargin. And now 90 seconds left here in this third quarter. And she will be called for a travel. As again, the turnovers has become ever so problematic as the rising number has now approaching almost 19 with 125 left here in this quarter. So Champlain had a dreamy start and now a bit of a turbulent end of the third quarter with 124 left, up by a score of 59-45 here from St. Lambert. Post play, Dumont driving through, strong, confident, couldn't finish that time. 1:10 left here in this quarter. Frost now has it in transition. Finds Nafa, I beg your pardon, now go off of her hands. And now back in the game will be Alpat, who has been awfully quiet today, and coming back also is number 12 in Pete Balo. Champlain feeling a little bit of angst within their attacking endeavor with 107 left and a 59-45 lead for the Cavaliers. Roy will bring it back up court once more. Rayo on her. So Champlain bringing in the heavy firepower of artillery in this final 58 seconds left. Alpa. That's deflected, well defended. Telescopic defending by Frost, and back up ahead is Anissa. And back up now. Coming through, and one. Linafa will go to the line, shooting 43% from the field. And now we'll get the chance to complete the three-point sequence here. And Champlain up by a score of 61-45. And you wonder, that swing of points, that momentum could have been in favor for the Diablos had they got this down to single digits. A miss on the free throw and a jump ball arrow pointing towards the Trois-Rivières. And they'll get the ball back with 47.1 left. Stolen by Frost. Rio will get to it. Back out to Frost. Extra pass. Linafa with the basket. 63-45 lead. And now Linafa really showing a little bit more hunger. It's been almost quick and tricky here for the Cavaliers. They've been very quick and tricking the Diablos in turnovers. And now a walk, and we see the tricking by the Cavaliers and forcing another turnover by the Diablos. And this goes back to the Champlain offense. They'll get it back with 30.9 left and a 14 left in the shot clock. Rayo the inbounder. Through the teeth. Linafa is too strong. Rebounded this time by Cochon. And they'll bring it back up court. Roy with it with 24 seconds left in this third quarter. Here's a three from the far side. Front rim. Rebound right through, and that might have nutmegged Issa. And with 17.1 left, the Cavaliers will be back on defense, and this will be Champlain ball or Diablo ball on the far side. Roy has it. 2-second difference with the game and shot clock. Diablo looking to add some more points. Roy, finger roll is no good. And Champlain can play for the last shot with Rayo back at the controls. 4 seconds left here. Rayo driving to right. Looking. Losing the handle. And at the end of three, Champlain 63. Trois-Rivières 45. Trois-Rivières scored 21 in that quarter. Champlain scored 20. Could the Diablos somehow pull off the ultimate smash and grab? Stay tuned here for fourth quarter action on Cavs TV. Welcome back here as we get ready for fourth quarter action. Champlain shooting 24-56. Trois-Rivières 12 of 44, and right now Champlain at 40 rebounds, 14 offensive, 30 rebounds for the Diablos, and they shot the ball well in that third quarter. As again, they definitely had their three-point ball. Has made 3 triples in that quarter, and they'll need a few more of those to get back in this ball game. Final quarter here from Champlain. Here is Fleurgen, and she is hooked and will go to the free throw line once more here from this situation. So now for Fleurgen at the line, Derek Fleurgen, again, was 0 for 3 from the field, and on Friday was not her day, but so far today, not much required of her. She's 2 for 2, has 9 rebounds and 7 points for the afternoon, and can add another point to that total, and she will do so. The shooter's touch, as now she is at 8 points and 9 rebounds. Champlain pressing once more, up by a score of 65-45. Roy back at the control. She's played heavy minutes for this Diablo attack. Back out. Here's a jumper, Vua, and that is missed. And I beg your pardon with the missed shot, rebounded by the Diablos by Cochon. Go through the trees. Vua can't finish. Rebound, saved by Fleurgen. Back out to the Issa comes as she's got 4 to her left. Issa driving on the right, and she's knocked over, and a crash and bodies over here. And this will be a foul going against the Diablos. And this will be free throws or non-shoot. This will be free throws coming for Issa. as she had 16 points against Vanier. Led the team to score 21 points and 10 rebounds against the Diablos on Friday. And so far today, for Sauda Issa, she has 8 rebounds and only 5 points. So not much required for her today, as this team still rolling here in the mood for more points, and they have that as 67-45 lead. Pressure defense. Issa with another stolen ball. She'll take the glory, and she can't finish on that jumper. And now a turnover, and now incomplete for the Diablos was that situation. And back up ahead are the Trois-Rivières Diablos, moving back up court. Juan now on the right side. Down to the left, and it comes. 3 below the free throw line for the Diablos. Posting up is Alpat, and instead it will be Cochon who will dump it off. Post play, deflected foul on Flaurgin. And this will be free throws or be non-shoots. And this will be non-shoot on the side out. It appears this will be Roy, the inbounder, and 14 left on the shot clock. Vua now working her way through as there's a queue of about 6 inside the paint. And back up ahead is Cochon on the center arc. Down to the left side it comes. A 3. Nylon going through, splashing this way, and a 67-48 lead. And for Roy, that's her 8th point of the afternoon. Spin move. Roy will get it back, and now she'll bring it back down the right side. Every time the Diablos think they have an answer, the Cavaliers change the questions, but now they need a few more correct answers to get back in this ballgame, down by 19 with 8:15 left here. The racetrack's starting to run short on the Diablos. Down to the near side. Again, Trois-Rivières has 4 parked. Blocked by Flaurgin, denying that ball, repelling that out of bounds. And this will be a sub coming up here. The Cavaliers are plus 27 in the fourth quarter. The Diablos minus 10 in the fourth quarter of games. And this will be Diablo ball with 8:05 left here in this ball matchup. Back through. Alpat now posting up. Nice first move as she fooled and bamboozled Flaurgin on that shot. And now a 67-50 lead and a 17-point lead. Could the Cavaliers change the questions on the Diablos? Once more. Here's Oliver. Driving. Center arc 3. Clanks it strong off the rebound and recovered by the Diablos. And away they come up ahead. Here they are on the near side. Extra pass in transition. And that rims out. And that could have been going through. And a foul. Vua fouled off the missed hit from Goulet. And now Vua will go to the line. And now Champlain is starting to feel a little bit of angst right now with what's going on for them in this matchup. It's been rather clinical for them for the most part of this game here. But now Trois-Rivières slowly growing into this game in the fourth quarter. And that's a free throw that will go through, and a 67-51 lead and a 16-point gap now remains between these two teams here in this fourth quarter. Vua. Can she make it 15? And she does. 67-52 lead. And now in the game will be Belvance. Vua will go off. Could the Diablos start flame-throwing some three-point shots to really make it on edge and create more jeopardy in this matchup? Here's Cummings. Drive on the right. Issa from the center arc backing up. Cummings thought about the 3. 5 left in the shot clock. Jumper, difficult shot, no good. Rebound right to Roy, and she'll bring it back up to the near side. Here is Conchon on the left wing. Alpat, nice first step around Dibula, and fouled, and no shot, and she's called for the travel instead. So Dumont will come back in for Alpat, and with south of 7 left in this ball game, the Trois-Rivières coach staff not happy about that, and this will be Champlain ball. Oliver, near side it comes to Dibula. Man-to-man look for the Diablos. Post play, Issa in the paint, going right off balance, fouled. And will go to the line, and she's been hacked by Goulet, who's the third leading scorer on the Diablos. And now free throws come up here for the Cavaliers. And this might be a respite for them to get back in this matchup or to ease the Diablo questioning of them. For the first 3 quarters or so, the Cavaliers were asking questions of the Diablos. Now for the last 4 minutes of play, it's been the Diablos starting to ask questions of the Cavaliers. And that is good. And now it's 69-52 lead. Back up ahead to the right side it comes. To the right corner goes 3. That's off the clank and rebounded off the misfire from Cochon. And back up to Chloe Oliver with 6:35 left here in this ballgame. Dibula coming, swings it back out. Skelton walking now in a one-on-one against Bellevance. Oliver looking, driving, off balance, no good. Rebound is Dumont, that is, as they'll bring it back up court, and she'll bring it back up, showing some ingenuity, and stolen by Oliver as she pickpocketed Dumont without her realizing it. And now Oliver will calmly bring it back up as Champlain will make a double sub on the next dead ball. Post play. Dibula, sidecar pass. Oliver off the glass and in as she Windexes that. And a 71-52 lead. And for Oliver now, she's on 7 points for the day. She had 14 on Friday, and now with 5:50 left. Here is Belvance. Dumont, post play against Dibula. Going up and walled off and fouled, and will go to the line for 2 free throws. This will be the 13th foul on the Cavaliers. 5:41 left in this ball game. And Dumont at the line once more. And Dumont on 4 points and 3 rebounds. Perfect from the line so far this year, shooting 100%. And Dumont looking to add to that total here. Can she keep perfect? And she does on that free throw. In the second half, they only shot 2 of 9 from the free throw line against the Cavaliers, 2 of 16 from the three-point range, and a better effort from them now, this time down by a score of 71-54. Champlain was 2 of 9 from three-point range against the Cavaliers against the Diablos on Friday night. Oliver, she got 3 to her right, 2 to her left. She's going to drive, and she's blocked. Recovered by Dumont, 5:24 left here in this ball game. 17-point lead. It has been the closest they've been, the Diablos against the Cavaliers. Down to the near side it comes. Cochon, and now Belvance has it. Back out to Bourgeois. Dumont driving on her left. Back towards the net. A 3 is off the mark. Rebound right to the Diablos, new 14. Dumont from the free throw line. She clanks it. Rebound to Frost right to Flaugin. And now an empty possession for the Diablos. And now the Cavaliers back up ahead with Issa. Oliver on the left side with Skelton to her left corner. Here's Frost's 3 from the near side. That is off range. Rebounded by the Diablos. 4:38 left in this ball game. As they'll bring it back up court, they need to show a little bit more urgency in this matchup here as they are slow walking it up ahead. Coming through down the left side. Up and over, and a beautiful finish this time from Goulet as she gets that to go through. And Goulet now has 4 points to her name and now a 71-56 lead. The closest they've been has been 15. Down by a score of 71-56. Back out to the center arc it comes. Issa, finger roll, too strong. Rebound. 3-on-2 for the Diablos. Here they come off and running and gunning. A jumper is no connection on that. Rebound to Oliver. She loses it. And now back to it comes to Skelton. And up ahead she comes. Skelton now working down the right side as she's all alone waiting for reinforcements. Flaugin now in the post play. Whistle in the play. And this will be a foul going against the Diablos with 3:46 left in this matchup. And that will be the 4th team foul on Trois-Rivières. And this will be side out for the Cavaliers. 3:46 left. It has been a little bit more of a turbulent second half for the Cavaliers. For the most part, it's been effortless. And now here's an opportunity and well defended. Great intervention by the Diablos. And now back with it is the Cavaliers, or the Diablos against the Cavaliers defending. Dumont from the center arc. Looking for an outlet. Finds on the sidecar pass. Vua. Dumont, 1-2 play. No good. Rebound. Diving out there is Ninafa. And this will be a foul going against the Diablos. And this will be bonus now for the Cavaliers as the Diablos had to open up their system and take a few more chances. And because of that, they are now giving the Champlain Cavaliers the bonus. And a miss by Linafa, who this year is shooting 71% from the free throw line, scoring about 5 a game for the Cavaliers. Second attempt now for Linafa, and that is good. And it's 72-56 lead for the Cavaliers over the Diablos. Dumont pressure by Frost. Back up to Vua on the right wing, and now Dumont has it on the left side. Roy trying to dance her way through a three. That's no good. Another misfire by the Diablos. Again, they're not afraid to shoot threes. They shot 55 attempts in their first game of the year. And they did make 20 against Lennoxville. Frost, inside three, jumper from 17. Yes. Caitlin Frost now on 13 points. Another 10-plus effort for her this time around. Now a 74-56 lead, and for her, she's the leading point getter officially for the Cavaliers. Post play for Dumont. Going left to right, hook shot is no good. Rebounded by Flargin, and Dumont impeding Flargin. This will be free throws for the Cavaliers, coming up with 2:39 left in this matchup. So Dumont may have run her race here, and the racetrack starting to become even shorter for the Diablos and trying to get back in this matchup. 2:39 left here in this matchup. And here's the attempt for Flargin. And she hits that attempt. And with that, it could be the final point to break down the door for this victory here for the Cavaliers in terms of them putting the Diablos out of their misery. Rebound right to the Trois-Rivières Diablos, now pushing up ahead. Roy back with it. Roy now playing a lot of minutes for this Diablo team against the Cavaliers, and hits a three this time. Is Cochon. And now it's 75-59 lead for the Cavaliers with 2:23 left. They'll need a few more of those in the holster to get a few more triples going their way. Ninafa. Sidecar pass. Here is Diop. Not much has been required of her from today's effort. Ninafa, 4 left on the shot clock. Looking, off balance. And that is deflected and back to the Diablos with 2 to go in this matchup. And with 2:01 left, it has been a Route 1 game here for the Cavaliers. And a three launched and off the glass and in. So now a bit of a lifeline here, 75-62 lead, a 13-point gap. Now for the Cavaliers looking to just kill off seconds and really make it a difficult scenario for the Diablos. And Frost will make it easier for them as she caught it with 2 and dribbled again twice. And this will be a sub coming in here as Issa will be in for Linafa. And coming in the game will be number 9 in Paradis, who was 1 for 2 against the Cavaliers on Friday night. Champlain holding on. 75-62 lead, up by 13. As Butt now trying to find an outlet. She goes out to the right side. Driving up, extra pass, and that goes out of bounds. And this will go back to the Cavaliers with 1:23 left in this ball game. And that might be the last roll of the dice for the Diablos, knowing that they are in a deep hole and able to make a muster comeback of breathtaking proportions. Diablos trying to get that ball back, no good. Diop couldn't get that cleanly. Flargin couldn't finish that off, and rebounded by the Diablos, now trapping along the way. And up ahead now is Bourgeois, as she's got options. Paradis to her right, and she'll drop pass it back to Roy as we're inside a minute left in this ball game. So the Cavaliers will improve to 5-1. The Diablos will drop to 1-4. That will be missed. Next game for the Cavaliers is Friday against Momo. They'll open up against St. Jean back-to-back in 2022 in Lennoxville. For the Diablos, who scored just now, they'll finish off against Friday against Vanier. Has St. Foy back-to-back to open up 2022 in Momo. So a crucial run of games coming up for the Diablos, who will be 1-4. So timeout call by the Diablos, down by 11. Try to make this a little bit more twitchy for the Cavaliers here. Stay tuned here on Cavaliers TV. Welcome back here to Cavs TV as we're wrapping up a 75-64 lead for the Cavaliers over the Diablos from St. Lambert, Quebec. The penultimate game before the final one on Friday for the Cavaliers for the 2021 calendar year. They'll play Momo here on Friday, which will have 6:30 tip-off between the Nomads and the Cavaliers. An old rivalry, which for the Nomads and Montmorency has been a tough start to the year. But again, the racetrack will be high octane in the 2022 calendar year with the race on for the final 4 spots for the provincials at Edouard Montpetit in early March. WAS 3 looked pretty to start off with, but not easy in the eye to end off. And now the Cavaliers can end off this game here with the shot clock off. And Rio sees it, and will they play for one more shot? They will indeed. And I'm not too sure if the Cavaliers know that they can end off the game here, and they will indeed. So that being the conclusion for the Cavaliers. Issa, one more play, Flaugin with a rebound, and a pirouette as a jump ball with 2.6 left here. And now just a formality for the final whistle as the Diablos will get one more chance. And timeout called by Trois-Rivières. 2.6 left here, trying to put together one more artistic impression of the ball possession in their favor. Stay tuned here on Cavaliers TV. Welcome back here to Cavaliers TV as we are in the final 2.6 seconds left in this ball game. Champlain will be 5-1. Trois-Rivières will drop to 1-4. Champlain, at minimum, will be in a tie for first place going into the final game of the 21 calendar year against the Nomads and Montmorency. And then the fun really begins next month. Some heavy hitters on the schedule. WAS 3. And that is it. Champlain wins 75-64 over the Diablos of Trois-Rivières as they complete the season sweep of the Diablos. Perhaps they would meet again in the playoffs as the only encounter left on the schedule. But right now for the Cavaliers, they're 5-1. For George Mouse, not how he wanted to end off the game of what it was. And for the Cavaliers, they now improve. Final stats. Champlain shot 26 of 68, 51 rebounds. For the Diablos, 18 of 65, 45 rebounds in total. Top point getters, Belvance 14, Cochon with 14, Vua with 10 for the Cavaliers, Frost with 13, Linafa with 12. In fact, they had 4 players with 8+ points in the game, and they win this game rather easily in this matchup here. In the second half, the Diablos outscoring the Cavaliers 40-32. However, the Champlain Cavaliers jumped off and running here and ended up winning 75-64 over their rivals. Next game will be Friday night as the Cavaliers will be playing the Nomads of Montmorency. And for the Diablos, they will have Vanier on a big matchup before the Christmas break that could really shape up the playoff run moving forward. On behalf of the staff and crew here, we'll see you Friday night for the Cavaliers against the Nomads of Montmorency. We'll see you soon. Have a great evening. Bye for now.